Hello, College of Biological Sciences. Welcome to you here in Mondavi, and welcome to the other students over at California Hall. I'm Mark Winey, I'm the Dean of the college, and I'm really pleased to welcome you here today to our return to campus quarter this fall 2021. I do need to remind you here at the beginning, and you'll be reminded constantly if you haven't been already, about the face covering requirement, wearing a mask. And you may have noticed on the way in that we have College of Biological Science mask with the logo here for you to pick up on the way out, along with lanyards to hold them. You also will get really used to the symptom survey results, so I can show you my green box that I am approved to be here today. So I have complied with the vaccination requirement for the campus, like over 97% of you have, and did my symptom survey for today. So those are things you'll have to get used to for our re-entry to in-person teaching and being on campus this fall. Oh, here we go. You also have to get used to us being maybe a little rusty at in-person events and such as we go forward. So the people who will speak with you today are myself. I'm in the middle here. I've been dean, starting my 6th year as dean of the college here, and I got my PhD at the University of Wisconsin at Madison. Also here is Michele Igo. Dr. Igo is Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education Programs. She's a member of the faculty in molecular genetics, microbiology and molecular genetics, and she got her PhD at Harvard and has been on campus for many, many years. Over 30. She's very deep experience working with students here. And then Dr. Ebony Blackwell, who got her PhD recently at, I need to find it, University of New Orleans, where she conducted research on the experience of Black women in STEM disciplines. And she's also U.S. Army retired. She's a vet. She'll be speaking to you as well. She is director of the Biology Academic Success Center, which we call BASC for short, which will become a place that you should be intimately familiar with. That's where you'll find your advisor. That's where you can go for all sorts of support that you might need during your time with us. And in fact, you should have met with your advisor already by Zoom over the summer. They're all part of BASC. If you have not met with your advisor, you're going to need to get on that. So the College of Biological Science, as a home for scholarship and study for undergraduate, hosts these majors that you should know about or will learn about. You can major in any one of these different degree areas. You'll take a lot of the same courses called the core at the beginning so that you can, if you haven't affiliated with one of these majors, it's not very difficult to choose one. So let me find my notes here. And as And today, to welcome you to the college, we're welcoming in nearly 2,200 new students, first-year students and transfer students. You'll join the other students in this college to make up a total number of about 6,000 undergraduate students. We have 500 or so graduate students in 8 different graduate programs. You'll get to meet some of them as the teaching assistants in your labs. Here's a small pro tip. If you're looking for a lab to do research in, talk to the TAs in the courses you take. They work in faculty labs. They know about the faculty labs through their network of other graduate students. They can give you good advice. Your work here, along with the work of the faculty and the students and the graduate students, has contributed to the college being highly ranked, as you saw in the video at the beginning. The video also had nice advice from some existing students or recent alumni. We'll post it on the college website so you can find it and review it if you want. Recently, the college was chosen, the university campus here was chosen among the top 10 publics in the US. It's also a #1 producer of PhD students in biology and biomedical sciences of Hispanic and Latino origin. That was an award from Diverse Issues in Higher Education. Now, beyond the scholarly work of taking your courses and completing the requirements for these different degrees, there's also the other piece of your time, your education here, broadly maybe called experiential learning. So many of you will be interested in a research experience, but there's also internships that are like maybe shadowing in clinics, more medically oriented. Field experience is shown here in the slide at Bodega Marine Lab out at the coast. About 70% or more of the students currently have some sort of experience like that. It can also include study abroad. It is the goal of the college that you all have an important, maybe transformative experiential learning component to your time with us. Internship, lab research, study abroad, whatever works best for you and is of most interest to you. There'll be plenty of information coming or available to you about how to identify and participate in these types of experiences. So I don't want to belabor those points too much because you'll be hearing plenty about them, but now let's welcome Michele Igo, Associate Dean. She'll talk a little bit about orientation before Dr. Ebony Blackwell joins us. So, Michele.
Well, like Dean Winey said, welcome to campus. I'm one of the BIS 2A instructors, and I occasionally teach in this room. And so it's been an interesting time this past 18 months. I've been in a little box with Zoom. And so it's great to see people's faces. And what you're going to find is your faculty are really looking forward to having the opportunity to see your smiling eyes, since we can't see your smiling faces. So where are we on campus? Well, right now we're in the Mondavi Center. And the Mondavi Center is, as you can tell, it has fabulous acoustics. And it's a place where there's jazz, different types of music, dance performances, theater, well-known speakers. And it is really amazing the diversity of the different performing arts that you can see here. There are also some art museums around here and other galleries. So take the time when you're here to check these things out because you'll be amazed at how much stuff there is. So I don't want you to spend most of your time in this part, in the part of campus I'm going to talk to you about because you do want to get some more experience. We are located in the heart of campus, and here's some of the buildings. There are a group of people right now over in California Hall. So welcome to you who are not in the Mondavi. It's one of our other big lecture halls on campus, and I think BIS 2B this quarter is being offered there. It's over here. In the center of campus, there is the research buildings. So Briggs houses a number of the major departments. Another is, it's called Life Sciences, but it's actually called now Green Hall, in honor of a fabulous faculty member who is now deceased. And Store, which is another building. So you got Briggs, which you can identify because it's a concrete building. Here's the front of Green Hall, and here is Store. Behind Store is the greenhouses, and there's a lot of interesting things there. Students in CBS spend a lot of time here in these two places. One is the SILEC, which is our big lecture hall. A lot of your courses will be in there. It has about 500 student capacity. And the other, I hope you spend some time here, this is where our laboratories are, and it's also the location of the BASC. So as you can see, we're real close together there, and you can go, and one of the things that's really nice is if you're out advising, all you have to do is, if you want to talk to a faculty member, is go to one of these three buildings, and you can make an appointment. Sorry. So this is a little overview of orientation week. You guys have your schedule. So today is the welcome. On Sunday, what you're going to see is in the morning, there's going to be CBS major programming with your advisors and faculty members. The master advisors and a number of faculty members are going to come and talk to you about what's the specifics of your major. You have lots of flexibility in CBS, and we want you to explore. This is your opportunity to really talk to faculty and say, what is it that you do with a BIS major, et cetera. On Tuesday, it's all virtual. You'll have the opportunity from 9 to 12 and 1 to 4 to do virtual express advising. Dr. Blackwell will talk more about that when she comes up. We've also got transfer and first-year programming, and this will be including things like HPA, Health Professions Advising, is going to do a presentation. We're going to have a presentation by Study Abroad, the Global Learning Hub, and also from the BioLaunch program. And you can sign up for that in your registration packet. And then finally, you're going to be hearing a lot today and the next during orientation, but I want to really press home that we want you to succeed. And there are a number of different programs that we have. Some of them you should already be associated with. One is the Mentor Collective. This is our peer-to-peer mentoring system. We have a lot of you, about 1,000, who have signed up for a peer mentor in CBS. And they are really good. Students who have had mentors say that the mentor is the person, like right after you have trouble on the midterm, that can help gear you to how to get help. How to help you figure out if you have a certain diet you need, where are the best food trucks on campus, and that kind of thing. So if you do not have a mentor, please let me know and we can get you one. The BioLaunch program is the seminar that you should have signed up for. It's a 1-unit seminar. It's pass, no pass, and we assume everybody's going to pass. And that's where we go over a lot of the stuff from orientation, but we slow it down. So like, for example, right around the time you're signing up for classes for winter quarter, the BAS comes in and goes over it again. We also have faculty members who are looking for research students and how to get into a lab. So it's a really good program. And most of it we are trying to keep online, so if you have a conflict, the class is in person, but we are recording it, so if you have a conflict, let us know, and we can get you access to that material. Okay? And there's still time to sign up if you're interested. And then the final one is the BASC, the Biological Academic Success Center. One of the unique features of CBS is we have all of our advising in one location. If you go to the front desk of the BASC, you'll meet Terry and some of the other advisors who will let you know anything you need to know about campus. They have how to get the appointments, things about your GEs. They help you figure out what campus is, and it's one of the advantages of our unit, or the unit that Ebony's going to talk about. And then finally, one of the things I would recommend as you're thinking about it, faculty members are going to give you lots of advice. You go to HPA and professional advising, they'll give you advice. You're in an internship, they're going to give you an advice. But whatever you do, before you make a decision, make an appointment and talk to your BASC advisor, because they're the ones that know the rules, and they'll help you graduate on time. So get as much advice as possible, but before you do anything that might change your schedule and your time to degree, check with your BASC advisor. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ebony.
Good morning. I hope everybody's doing good and having a good time on campus so far. It's really, really nice to see you guys in person. It has been a really long year and a half for us all, but it's just been really weird not to have our students on campus. So I'm really glad to see all of you guys back, and to the folks in California Hall as well, even though I'm not standing right in front of you all. So to talk to you guys about the Biology Academic Success Center. I have the pleasure of leading a team of phenomenal academic advisors. Like Dean Winey said, all of you should have met an academic advisor during Aggie Advising this summer. Those are the team of advisors who are going to work with you throughout your time here at UC Davis. We have about 18 professional advisors on staff on campus. We also have master advisors who are our faculty members, and we have student peer advisors that are there to work with you. So we have a large team of folks who are there to help you with all of your academic needs. Taking a look at this slide here, I want you guys to take note of that link in the corner, which is our website. You guys should be familiar with it because you had to go through that link to schedule your advising appointments, but that's where you're going to find everything BASC. You'll learn more about our advising team. You'll learn more about your majors and minors and be able to find different academic program sheets. You'll be able to find lists of resources. Over the last year and a half, our peer advisors took a lot of time making YouTube video playlists for you all, so you have a plethora of videos on our website that you can click on and learn more about using Schedule Builder or building a good schedule, and different resources that you might need as a first-year student and well beyond your first year with us here in CBS. All right, so over the last year, we really took a look at how we were offering our services to students, and we talked to our students too to figure out what's the best way, moving out of the pandemic, coming back to campus, of how we could serve our students. So we have 2 appointment types that are available to you. Your 30-minute appointments that you can log into or come into the BASC for to meet with an academic advisor. These are typically for academic planning, mandatory advising, changing majors, readmission to the college, declaring a minor, and hopefully not, but if anybody gets an academic difficulty, some of those academic probation is subject to disqualification conversations that I don't want to see any of you guys in our office for, please. Our BASC advisors are also available for express advising. Those are our quick 15-minute sessions. That's being able to log into a Zoom session for anything that's a very quick conversation, perhaps a quick question, usually talking about GEs, campus resources, how to quickly change your major or minor, doing degree checks, learning more about how to drop a class or declare a class pass, no pass, and whatnot. So anything that is a really quick question, you can log into a Zoom session with our advisors and just get that answered quickly. In the past, we did have express advising in person, but I want you all to know that express advising moving forward will always be a virtual service to you all. We wanted to ensure that advising is accessible and easy to access for our students across campus. And what's the point if you have a quick question of having to trek all the way over to us in the science lab building when you can just hop on a quick call or a Zoom session with your advisor? So we continue to offer those to you virtually moving forward. Express advising will never be in person. Unless you want to do a drop-in to talk with one of our peer advisors, then you can come into the BASC for that. As far as appointments go, though, we're offering you guys 3 different options for that. You can come into our office and meet with an advisor in person. You can log into a Zoom session, or you can have a phone call with an advisor. When you log into our appointment system, those options are available to you, and you can self-select however you want to meet with your academic advisor. One thing that is important to know that even though we are available Monday through Friday, our office is 100% virtual on Fridays. So you'll only be able to do virtual appointments, and you won't be able to come into the BASC for any in-person services on Fridays. But Monday through Thursday, we're there for you in person. As I mentioned, we have faculty advisors that we call our master advisors. Those are the faculty members who help our students with maybe picking research opportunities, learning more about internships that are available, learning about career opportunities that might align with your degree program. We have peer advisors who are currently enrolled CBS students that can help you with course information, scheduling, learning more about your GEs, and you can come into the BASC office to meet with them in person. But very importantly, we also have a mental health counselor that's also attached to our office and there for our students. Megan Brown is our licensed clinical social worker. She works 50% of her time in the Basque office. She's there to help you with all your health and counseling needs. All you need to do is maybe connect with your Basque advisor about getting counseling services. You can always talk to our front desk advisor about meeting with Megan, or you can solicit her services directly through the Student Health and Counseling website. But the best way is just to reach out to Megan directly. So please take note of her email address that's there. It can be very stressful to be a college student, and we're well aware of that. So we want to make sure that we're equipping you all with all the resources that you all need to be successful. UC Davis is a very fast-paced school, though. It's on a quarter system. Things move quick, life happens. We are still in the middle of a pandemic, unfortunately. So there's times, and there's nothing wrong with it, that people just need an extra person to talk to. And in addition to your academic advisors and faculty members and friends, Megan is there to help you all navigate some of those things as well. All right, so that's my spiel about the Basque. Again, we have a plethora of academic advisors from various racial and ethnic backgrounds, gender identities, abilities, physical abilities, and they're really amazing people that are very compassionate about our students. They really care about you all. They are there to guide you, yes, but more so to collaborate with you, to make sure that you are taking charge of your education, and we are really just there to help you reach whatever your academic goals are. So please take advantage of our services. If you haven't done any Aggie advising, like Dean Winey said, please make sure you get on top of that. But there will be plenty of opportunities as soon as the fall quarter starts, starting Tuesday with virtual express advising, for you to start connecting with your academic advisors in the Basque. Thank you.
Hello again. Okay, where do we go for help with our major, our courses and all? Louder. Good. That is your first point of contact in trying to address issues in your scheduling and with your academic career with us. So you'll be familiar with Basque. I want to step back one slide and point out at the lower corner here on the left that we will do question and answer in just a couple minutes after we get to know you a little bit. We'll have microphones in this room here at the Mondavi. For those at California Hall, you can tweet at UC Davis Biology with the hashtag AskCBS, and we'll try to collect those up and answer them. If we don't answer them during our time together this morning till 11:45, we will get them answered. We're trying to use more and more platforms and social media to make contact with you or get information to you. We are present on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. A main source of information is the website. I already mentioned, we'll post the opening video there if you want to review it. It's biology@ucdavis.edu. You can get to Basque from there. You can get all sorts of information off that website. Now, I missed one thing because I got a phone call this morning that I forgot to mention to you on experiential learning. Most of you probably have already been to the testing kiosk at the ARC for your spit test. That facility is understaffed for the level of work that needs to be done now to have continuous testing of the student, staff, and faculty population on campus. There will be part-time jobs available there in that pseudo kind of healthcare experience of being part of the maybe the largest testing program on any college campus in the country. And in fact, in the opening video, you saw Professor Richard Mitchellmore go by. He's won numerous awards for putting the testing program together and is advising not only other universities, but many county public health officials, and actually we're testing for municipalities in the area, not just for this campus, including the city of Davis we're testing for. So that information will be coming out later today. It's a good paying job. It's over $17 an hour, I think, and part-time positions will be available, hundreds or more. I don't know if they like that or they think the pay's not so good. I'm not sure. So, all right. Now it's time to get to know you. So, Jennifer. All right. So you're going to see, you need to go to menti.com, which is on the upper left there. And if you put in that code, 60167274, you'll be connected to us being able to get some audience response information from you. Okay, so here's the first question. How far away is home from UC Davis? Oh, quick response. It's thank you for that, and also thank you for menti.com. All right. Do we have the total number of responses?
It's going up.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. You got 200, 300,
Oh, and it's changing.
and we're also collecting from California Hall.
They can do it.
So this includes everyone at California Hall as well as those here at Mondavi. It's no surprise that most of you are from somewhere in California. About 45% of you will be first-generation students, first in your family to go to university. We understand that comes with additional challenges. We're ready to support you there, and that's an experience that many members of the faculty and staff have had as well. Okay, 825. So there you can have a look. As you meet other students in the college, you would...
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh. Well, what I can remember of that data...
There you go.
Okay, was, maybe half are within 100, 200, 120 miles here. The other half of the students are from other places in California, with some from out-of-state or international students. Now here you get to write in the activities that you're interested in this year. Seeing a lot of interest in clubs, club sports, and research in this word cloud.
So the bigger it is, that means the more answers.
Right, so the larger in a word cloud like this is we're getting the same answer from more and more students. All right, maybe you're just playing to the dean, but I like seeing that word research up there.
Wait, I don't know.
We've got a lot of collection. Are we able to capture this? Yeah, we'll capture this so you can have a look at it later too as it goes on. Different types of parties, different types of individual sports. Student population here is very active, very healthy. And okay.
A couple seconds.
All right, we'll let it go a little bit longer, see what else you want to put in. So that's what you all are interested in and hope to accomplish while you're here. We're excited for you. Okay, do we have another question?
Nope, there's
Okay.
only two. Slowing down.
All right, it's kind of slowing down on the response rate.
So next is the Q&A, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm having a department.
Okay, we're leaving Menti. All right. How do they get the prizes? For the
They're
questions?
going to pass them out.
Okay. All right, we pushed through the program so that Dean Igo and Ebony Blackwell and myself can answer your questions. I need the member to stand by the mic so we can answer your questions now. So we have some time for that. Where are the microphones? Okay, I'm having a hard time seeing them in the lights.
Where Daniela is.
Yeah, okay, wave there for one microphone. And here's Shannon with the other microphone. Wave if you have a question for us. There's a little incentive, a little treat for those who ask questions.
You have a question, comment
Please don't be inhibited. Up there, there's a question over there. Oh, got one, okay. Or come on up.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Allison. How soon can we set up an advising appointment?
That's an Ebony question.
It's a
Thank
good
you, Allison.
question. You should be able to start setting up advising appointments on Wednesday, but you can start on Tuesday logging in for that express advising if you do have quick questions. All day Tuesday, we'll have express advising open. Our full team will be all hands on deck for that to help all of our students. And then Wednesday is when appointments can actually start. And our appointments schedule up to 3 weeks in advance. So just get on the website, try and select what type of appointment that you want. If there's none available, just keep checking back because each week, a new week of appointments should open up for you all.
Thank you.
All right.
Over here, thank you.
Yeah. How do I switch my major?
Already? You haven't even started.
Are you trying to get rid of us already? Dang!
No, I want to stay in the college. I just want to switch my major.
Okay, I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that. You can schedule an appointment with a BASC advisor to talk about the different majors, and there's a petition in OASIS that they can show you and walk you through so that you know how to use that and submit it. Then a BASC advisor will review it and approve it for you, but you cannot do that until after your first quarter.
And it's not
Thank you.
difficult.
It's not difficult.
And it's not difficult to do. And as you responded to that question, if you haven't been in large courses before, if you have a question, you probably have, many of your classmates probably have the same question. So go for it. Ask the question. You'll be helping out not only yourself, but many of your classmates. So over here.
I was wondering, like, where do we apply for, like, jobs that you, like, mentioned? Like the spit test job?
The testing job?
Yeah.
That information will be pushed out to you later today.
Okay.
I just received it on my drive here.
Okay.
Actually, I was almost late because I had to talk to the people on my pull over, with cell phone in the car, and speak to them beforehand. So that will be out later today. We'll have that for you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Can you get a minor in like a different college?
Yes, you can get a minor in a different college. You can double major with something in a different college.
Okay.
When you are declaring that, the advisors in the other college review and approve that declaration petition. But you definitely can do a double major or minor outside of the college.
Okay.
Make sure you declare it though. A lot of students might start doing the classwork they need for a minor and forget to actually declare it, and then that can cause a whole world of issues. So make sure you actually declare it.
Thank you.
What address does it come from? CBS undergrad. Okay. And a clarification on the previous question. We'll be emailing all of you the information about working at the testing kiosk. Emails like that to all students come from the address CBS undergrad. You should pay attention to those emails, not just this one, but future emails about whatever you need to know having to do with BASC or other issues in the college. So watch for emails from that address. Thank you. Over here.
Can we join the Mentor Collective at any time in the year?
Sure. The main thing would be is we recommend you do it immediately if you can, so within the next couple weeks. And that's just in part because it's really useful to have that upper division CBS student helping you. So if you aren't part of it, I'd recommend coming in and soon. If you don't know how to do that, you can contact me. My email address is mmigo, at UC Davis, and you can find me on the website, and I can arrange it for you. Is that
Thank you.
okay?
Yes, thank you for that question. A quick little clarification. Ebony talked about the peer mentors at Basque. They're members of Basque and will speak with anyone who comes in to talk about courses and such. The peer advisors. They serve advising issues. Mentor Collective is your own personal mentor from the upper division, among the upper division students that you can have contact with throughout, from as soon as you sign up and are matched throughout the first year. And many of those relationships continue throughout the time here. So, and the different one. So let's go to this side.
Are we able to double minor in something and still have time to explore other topics or other courses?
Do you sleep? I know that it's been done. I don't.
One of the things that you'll want to be mindful of is the unit cap. So you do have to get your coursework done within a unit cap, and actually probably declaring a minor or a double minor is probably a good way to explore other courses. But then you cannot have a certain number of percentage of overlap between what those minors are. So there's a lot to just be mindful of that you should really explore with an academic advisor. And sleep, like Dean Winey said, please.
So thank you for that question. I'm going to just take a moment before we go over here. Do we have anything from California Hall on the Twitter feed? Shannon, you want to read one of those?
Our first question is, what is biology?
Well, actually, thank you for that question. I kind of quickly went through the list, didn't even read off the list of all the majors. Biology is the study of living organisms, of life, and that is a very broad set of disciplines. That's why we have a whole college about it, and one of the reasons I was so excited to have the opportunity and privilege to be dean here is we study living systems from broad ecosystems and evolution over time down to the minutest detail of the structure of proteins and nucleic acids and other components of cells. So this college has broad disciplinary coverage of all things living, and that is biology. Okay, thanks. Let's go to this side, and then we'll make sure we keep California Hall in the loop.
So we have a question from Cynthia. When and how will we know what a lecture hall is in if it currently says facility assigned by instructor?
I've never taken a course here, so
We're looking into that. This seems to be a holding pattern for the registrar, and you should have that information before your first day of class.
So thank you, Cynthia. Yes, first day of class. Over here.
So I'm sure many of us are looking into internships and research opportunities. At what point would you say is a good time to start looking into it? Like, should we do that our first year or wait till sophomore year? What is a good time to start it?
That's kind of an individual question, and I'll let the others answer as well. Some students need a little more time to get their academics together because it is this fast-paced 10-week quarter. Others have the opportunity to start right away. So I think it's kind of personal about that and what options come up. For my research lab, I usually look for students who've been through some of the coursework and are a little more advanced, have had taken some of the laboratory courses for the skills that they will need. So it also depends on the type of opportunity you're looking for. So I know that's a very squishy answer, but it's really very individualized about when to do it. And I think as we discussed before with the two minors about time management and making sure you can accomplish everything you need to accomplish. So there's no barrier necessarily to doing it right away. It's just a matter of whether that's the best thing for your academic progress here. Any addition?
Thank you.
Michelle.
What I would say is give yourself time. In your first quarter, you're going to be learning a lot about biology. Most of you are coming from places and that have not exposed you to the richness of the possibilities on this campus. I mean, in addition to CBS, you could do an internship or a research opportunity at the med school, at the vet school, in the ag school. And as you're taking your intro bio courses, BIS 2A, B, and C, you're going to find out a lot about biology. And you don't want to get locked into a lab because you're saying, oh, I'm coming in and this is what I want to do. And then taking a course and saying, I want to cure Alzheimer's, and realize that you've kind of locked in. And it'll take you time to change labs. So I'd say give yourself some space to really explore and think about what is it that turns you on? What's your passion? Do you like small things? Do you like big things? Do you like dealing with the ecosystems? Do you like to deal with viruses? And that will become clear to you as you take your courses, so give yourself time. But like Dean Winey says, it's when it's right for you.
Thank you. Let's go over here and then we'll thank you, and then we'll go to California Hall again.
Hi. So I understand we can double major or major and minor in 2 different colleges. Can I major and minor in the College of Biological Sciences?
Again, that's going to depend on the overlap between our majors. And since our majors have so much in common, the better possibility is that you'd be able to major and minor in something and might not be able to double major. You can only have, I believe, no more than 20% overlap between your 2 majors and minors. So you'd have to review that with an academic advisor to see and make sure there's not that discrepancy there.
Okay, thank you.
California Hall.
All right, we're getting a lot of questions from California Hall, so I'm going to try and go with the ones that are, I think, hearted or liked the most. Is there a way to get a map of the college? I'm not sure where my classes are located.
Yeah. Well, there's a map online for the campus because
Yes.
the college is embedded in the campus. The one in the presentation here, we can probably post as well. Yeah, we could post the one in the presentation here too. So we can make that available. Yeah.
Can I add something to that?
Sure.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniela, Basque Advisor and UC Davis alumni. My very first day of class, I used Google Maps, and I put a star right next to all of the locations, and I took the time, maybe a day or 2 before classes to physically walk to these spaces, get familiar with the space. That way I'm not looking down on my cell phone when walking or when biking, right? Because we shouldn't be biking or walking with your cell phone out. But yes, spend the time, make it a social activity with your friends.
Great idea. Thank you. Do we have another one from California Hall?
I do have another question
Okay.
from California Hall. So this is from 888 that says, for classes that require physical copies of books, when do we need to have that by?
Most instructors will probably expect you to have the book on the first day.
Like Dr. Blackwell said, the quarter system moves really fast. You might have your first midterm in week 3. So you don't have a lot of time to, I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes. So you don't want to wait around to get your books and start your studying. Okay?
That's why you shouldn't take more than 2 STEM classes your first quarter.
Great. I think we're on this side then after California Hall. Thanks.
How can we visit the greenhouses? Are we allowed to just go and visit? Is it only for research projects, or can you do things in there with classes as well?
I will try. So there's a greenhouse on top of Science Lab building, which is used in the courses, and then the conservancy is a separate operation. Are there visits there?
Check online. They can also go to the Arboretum.
Okay, our outdoor greenhouse, which is quite diverse, is the Arboretum, which is right on this side of the building and goes along Pooter Creek. But the conservatory, which is next to Storer Hall, you can look up online there. That's one of the places that has opportunities for students as volunteers or for research projects there. So, yeah.
Thank you.
This side.
Hello, I was
Hi.
wondering, when can you declare your minor?
Shannon, will you answer that question for her?
So you can declare your minor usually once you have closely completed the minor or maybe are enrolled in the last classes, but you'll be working with a minor advisor with regards to your completion of that minor. And some minors have different requirements with regards to declaring. So it really depends on the minor and that advising unit.
Thank you.
Right, let's see. I think we're on this side, and we'll maybe go back to California Hall.
Oh my goodness. We have a question from Kylie, and she's wondering how much lab experience will we be expected to have as prospective PhD program applicants?
Oh, that's a great question. So a number of you will be interested in PhD programs after you finish your degree with us. I would say, at least in the experimental sciences that I'm familiar with, lab sciences, all the top programs require or expect some level of work in a laboratory. It would not be uncommon for that work to include an academic year and a summer, maybe like an entire calendar year or longer. You want that experience to be long enough that the faculty member, the principal investigator or professor for the lab is able to write a very knowledgeable letter about your skills and your interest in working in a lab. So again, just from my experience, I try to find students maybe or sophomores or juniors who can spend time with us through the rest of their career here on campus before they go on to graduate school. So,
thank you.
Stay on this side.
Okay, so I feel like we all kind of know that it's a lot harder for people of certain backgrounds to get into like certain fields. So when we like ask for a counselor, can we try to find someone or set an appointment with someone that has a background like us?
Ebony spoke to that a little bit already.
So you can see all of our academic advisors on our website. And one of the things that we did over the last year that I really like as well, for one, the website lists what major they work with. So you may not have a major that's from the exact background that you're looking from, an advisor within that major. Other advisors can answer questions for you, but our advisors over the last year also did their advising philosophies. So that's an outline pretty much of like who they are, what they believe in, what their value systems are, and those are all on our websites with our academic advisors' profiles. So you could take some time and go through those and see if there's an advisor that really aligns to maybe your values, your character, your background, and then you can try to select an advising appointment with that academic advisor if there's availability. I would also email that advisor to see if they are available, if they have time to talk to you, and specifically schedule an appointment to work with you if you don't see it on the appointment website, and just tell them why you want to work with them in particular.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I would also like to add that the college, through the work of the faculty and staff and students, graduate students and some postdocs, has put together what is becoming a very, very active DEI committee, a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee. They've put up their own web page that, again, you can find from the college web page, and there list a lot of people there involved in those activities, and you should feel free to reach out to any of them, including the graduate assistant advisor to the dean for DEI activities. Her name is Vicki Watson-Zink, and she is absolutely fantastic. She's a graduate student at Eve, and she'd be happy to speak with anybody who has concerns or interests or looking for a particular type of mentor. So you can find Vicki on the website. Let's go over here.
Hello. For
Hi.
Students that are entering with lots of previous college coursework from like the community college transfer or something along those lines, does BASC offer advising for students looking to get their like master's quickly too, or is it something more of like a case-by-case situation?
You can handle that.
They'll want to connect with their master advisor probably to talk about master programs.
Okay, why don't you answer that, and then I have a follow-up.
we would probably want to connect you with our master advisors, the faculty members, so that they can talk about graduate programs with you and different master's programs. We can work with you since you are an undergraduate student, but those master advisors are going to be the most well-versed on those types of graduate programs that you might be interested in.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
We certainly want to support that, so your ability to pursue that extra degree. The other advising unit we didn't talk about too much today, but they will be at orientation on Tuesday. On Tuesday is Health Professions Advising. This is a specialized unit that advises students interested in going on into some sort of health profession. They're affiliated with the college, but they serve students across the entire campus, and they will be available and give a presentation on Tuesday about what they do to help students go on.
Yasmin to pick out winter coursework.
Do you want to say anything more about it? Okay.
And for those of you who are freshmen who are interested, the lottery is in a different time frame. It's in the spring, and you'll get more information about that. So the lottery that Dr. Blackwell was talking about is for transfer students. It's a special lottery for that group.
Shannon, do you have one from California? Call?
Yeah, I don't know if we missed this one, but there's a question about how can I switch colleges, and I can address that really quick. And
well, they can't do that. No, okay. No, please.
So
Shannon.
that is quite common. It is okay. But what you would want to do is talk with your BASC advisor about your interests, and we can definitely get you connected to the appropriate advisors in those areas, and also talk about what the process might look like. For every first quarter student, first years and transfers, you do have to wait at least your first quarter to change your major altogether, and that includes outside of different colleges too.
Thanks, Shannon. And while we did discuss earlier what is biology, and I spoke about the breadth of biology that the college covers, we do not cover all of the life science majors on campus. There's several in the ag school and some that are affiliated with the life sciences, both in engineering and in letters and science. So students do transfer between colleges as they find their passion. That's fine. Our real ultimate goal is to make sure you get your UC Davis degree. So on a student on this side, and then, yeah, and then back over there.
Hi. So I have two questions actually. My first question is about the library. So when we're printing like lecture notes and stuff, is there like a certain cap for how many printed sheets we can get from the library, like per quarter or something, or?
Sorry, we have failed you. We do not know the answer to that.
Okay,
Let's go with yes, because I can imagine that unlimited printing is not something we'd really want to support. So.
Okay, and then my second question is about peer tutoring programs. So do you have any information about like when that would open up? Specifically
peer tutoring.
For, like, different classes, yeah.
Okay.
Shannon or Daniela, let me know if you know any different. There is the tutoring center on campus that offers tutoring in different locations. I assume they will get up and running with the start of courses, but I'm not sure if they're going to be doing 100% of tutoring in person, if they'll be offering anything virtual. So you'll want to definitely visit their website and get information from them about how they will be delivering tutoring. But they definitely have tutoring across campus in different areas for students in various subjects.
And I can, oh, go ahead.
And I was just going to say, when you're in your classes, talk to your professors and your TAs about the best resources for your particular class. For example, in the BIS 2 series, there is a learning center that is staffed pretty much every day, and all the TAs are there. And your professors also have office hours. A lot of students don't take advantage of office hours. I start the year sitting in a room by myself for an hour. And there's no reason why you and your study group can't go in and get expert tutoring for free from your professor. So, so there is a tutoring center on campus, but really look close to home, because if you're meeting with the professor who's going to write the exam, they're probably going to give you better advice than someone who's removed from it. So take advantage of the office hours because students do not do it as much as they should.
I would really like to second that, and you should find most courses will tell you about the resources available to support you to be successful there. I believe that many of the faculty will be doing their office hours by Zoom this year, not only because of small offices and distancing, but because it's easy. You can call in from anywhere. You don't have to find their office in some research building, some of them not that convenient to get to. So hopefully the faculty are even more accessible to you and do use their time. That's why they're here. We can only take a few more, so let's do one on this side, one more California Hall, and then one over here. So.
Hello, I know that we can talk with our advisor about to see if we're on track for graduating on time with our our major, but is there any way that we on our own can see if we're on track?
If Shannon or Daniela has any advice on that, please definitely go over it with them as well. But the campus is actually working right now on collaborating with a vendor for a new student-facing degree audit program. There is My Degree that we have been using on campus where you can see your degree progress and how you're doing with time to graduation. And they are finalizing some work to bring in a new program for you all as well. And then, of course, meeting with your advisors can do a degree check too.
Thank you.
I was also just going to quickly plug our peer how-to videos. They go through what resources are on our website, including like a major requirement sheet and a GE chart that you can manually keep track for yourself too.
Okay, great. One over here, and then we'll do one last one from California Hall.
So I wanted to know like where exactly we would sign up for internships or look into it. Like, would we go to the BASC website?
So BASC can help you with that, and there will be information in the first quarter course bio launch about that. We will bring in the Internship and Career Center to present there as well. So they manage a number of internships. So there's actually multiple ways to do this, which can be confusing, and we would try to help students navigate it. But there are a couple resources available, and BASC can help point you to those. Okay. And Bio Launch event Tuesday will delve into this topic as well. So one last question from California Hall. I'm sorry for folks waiting over here.
So we do have one very relevant question from Cesar. So Cesar is asking, where will we buy lab coats and goggles? In our lab class, are they going to be provided that to us?
Provided? Bookstores where the personal protective equipment for lab courses would be available. We are, not for lab courses, but in general, we are giving masks out, and they will be available from lecturers if they're forgotten when people go to class during this quarter. There's something you want to add?
Yes,
okay.
You should also be checking out the syllabus of your class. Usually the professors will have a section about what their expectations are in terms of bringing a notebook, what kind of safety equipment do they want, what their expectations are. A lot of students make the mistake of not reading the syllabus before they attend the first lecture. One of the things to remind you that in-person attendance of your first lab is critical. It's mandatory. We have a large wait list. There's lots of people trying to get in to some of the classes, particularly the laboratory sections. If you have a seat, make sure you show up on time because there's a student standing out in the hallway hoping you don't. Okay? So, but check out the syllabus so that you know exactly what you need, and they will point you in the right direction.
Thank you, and thank you for all the questions. You will, during orientation, see BASC advisors again Sunday morning, so maybe lingering questions can still be addressed then and later through orientation. We do the college, so here are the challenges with this hashtag. If you post these, you will be in the running for some very nice CBS hoodies. My wife spends most of the winter in hers. So this will be on the website too? Yeah. Okay, and we'll leave it up now for you to have a look at. But thank you very much for joining us this morning. Welcome to UC Davis. Welcome to the College of Biological Sciences. We look forward to working with you in your time here with us. Thank you. Now, I think you're supposed to stay seated.
We need to, wait for the orientation leader.
Yeah, your orientation leader will take us out in groups. So, and I think you're off to lunch.
Oh, no, Shannon, it's too late.
Oh, what did I get wrong? I'm sorry?
Well, then they can just go. Your orientation leaders are outside, so everybody can go ahead and head out to their orientation leader. It's like there's no way to control that. Once they
Okay.
start swarming, they're gone.
I got it. Ah, my mistake. Okay.
Oh, no, that's what they told me too. So,
Right.
yeah, I didn't put it
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
Okay. We covered enough, and then they'll be able to ask more questions if they have them on Sunday.
Well, and we also have the written ones from the tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to teach in these. I'm sorry for y'all that do, man. It is so hard to talk. Consistently with every inhale, it's like golden.
Well, you were looking at new masks or something? Well, they were looking at stimulus masks, recovery masks. And some people are, because most of us don't use that type of, one of the groups is always having problems. One used to be a carbide. And so I kept turning away, to point. And it was like, what's the matter like this?
Yeah.
And so, but people are coming, I think there's this kind of a mic. I don't know if it's able to under their masks.
I don't know. Find out.
So, because people are doing plastic. And so it'll be interesting